My name is MJ Halberstadt. My background in theater started when I was pretty young. I acted in lots of shows in middle school and high school. I came to Boston in 2007. I earned my bachelor's in theater education at Emerson College, went straight into my MFA in playwriting at Boston University. Shortly after that, I helped to found Bridge Rep of Boston. I've been with them since the beginning. We're in our third season now. I work very actively as a playwright, and my muggle job is in college admission at Emerson College. I've been working on the launch prize for actually a few years now. The premise of it came from a really bizarre staged reading of a musical that I went to, and it involved Leonardo da Vinci. And he was with three of his friends, and they were waiting to find out which of them had earned some commission. And the friendship staled even before they found out that Da Vinci earned it. And that kind of hooked me. And I thought about how that kind of dynamic happens today. It happens in a lot of art forms, and it can spoil a lot of friendships. And so the idea just sort of snowballed from there. I've been scared of this play ever since I started writing it. I didn't feel that it was my right to tell this story. And that comes from a place of, I think, hyper-awareness of my white privilege, my male privilege. And here I am writing this play about sexism and racism and affirmative action quotas, and most of the cast is they're artists of color, and I'm writing in their voice. So I'm interested in the conversations that are going to come up, and I'm prepared to be told that it isn't for me to tell this story. But for me, as a white male playwright, I have an option before me. And one of those options is to choose to ignore issues that are important to me and to just write the gay plays. And the other option is to look at the sun and keep staring at it, and to cause myself and audiences to have these difficult conversations. And for me, I think if a play doesn't scare the shit out of you, then I don't think it's worth writing. I've been motivating myself with something that I call my Fire Meets Ass Fellowship, which I awarded to myself. And basically what I did, and I've fallen off of this now that I'm entering rehearsals, it hasn't really been possible. But I invite a bunch of actors and directors and dramaturgs to my apartment, and I tell them we're going to do a reading of the next draft of my play. And at the time that I send them the invitation, I haven't written it. So that way I'm really motivated to make sure that I have it in place by the time that they're over, because then I'm sitting on the tee. Like, I could play Words with Friends, but then there's a little devil on my shoulder that says, hey, but Jesse and Victor and Rebecca, they're all coming over, so make sure that you have the draft ready. So it really kicks my ass. And that is something that I found really, really helpful. And maybe it's just because I'm not very good at reading plays on the page. I benefit a lot from having voices put to them and hearing the questions that come to mind. My hope is that when people watch this play, it causes them to consider perspectives that they may not have considered, and also to really examine the ways that their perspectives on things like affirmative action or racism or sexism may really have repercussions that they may not have considered.